Answer my question. Why do you want to convince him to leave?
Because he's not philosophically versed.
What do you think will happen if he continues the conversation?
He's not philosophically versed.
No, what do you think will happen if he continues?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Is that scary for you?
What?
It's okay. Let him have the convo. If you believe in this that I'm telling you right here, as we just agreed on, that is something that is not believed in any of those three schools in Sunnism. You can't be Sunni.
So what is your view?
Oh, so I'm a classical theist. So what that means is the things that we say about God are God in himself. So when we say, for example, that Allah, not Allah, because we don't believe in Allah. When we say that
attribute is identical to God.
yeah, when we say that God is good, right? God, we believe God is goodness itself. So they're not parts of Allah, they're literally the whole of what God is. Now this is important. In relation to us, we are able to apprehend these different things about God because they are virtually distinct. So because of the eminent simplicity of God, we cannot...
Okay, you can argue that's a higher level of unity than...
No, I'm asking.
I'm arguing for you.
Yeah, because of the eminent simplicity of God, God himself cannot be understood as simple because we're composite and divisible. So when God displays himself into the world, because of that simplicity, it causes real things that we can understand about God as distinct.
Think about it this way. When you have a prism, when white light passes through a prism,
Yeah.
you see it coming out as multiple colours. The white light can represent God's simple nature, and the colours that come out is how we as humans comprehend them as virtually.
But it's because of the white. But it's because of the white. No, but here's the issue. Yeah, but the problem is mercy actually does exist. Right, so that's not just your comprehension; it's the thing that actually exists.
But those rainbow colors actually exist. It's part of the one.
No, it's not. In the white light itself, redness is not in the white light as much as it is in the white light upon the conception of it.
Outside the visible light spectrum.
Yeah.
How many person is in this group now? Look, can I hear the number?
Huh?
Can I hear the number? How many person? 1, 2, 5. We are agree about. We are 5 person here. Yeah. No one disagree with this. I think that anything people are thinking about or talking about or not sure about is not true. Everyone think he's right. So
What was your argument about
What
was your argument about red light and white light?
So obviously, red light is not part of white light. Red light is just going to be a refraction of it. Right. But it's because of what white light is in itself that it gives the ability for refraction to take place. So white light in itself is just one thing. But upon passing through the prism, you get these different understandings of that white light, which is green, red, yellow, blue, and orange. In itself, there is no purple light or red light. It is just the white.
Okay, and that proves what?
That proves my position that they're not metaphysical parts.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
No, but just in general,
we're saying that their God is finite metaphysically. That was the whole point.
You made us say it. We didn't.
I did make you say it.
We gave you deductive argumentation.
Okay, and then we carried on.
And then you heard my view.
Okay.
And then you heard my view.
Okay, maybe we view attributes as
yeah, and then you heard my view, and then it was done.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay.
So then that means
it's a way to reconceptualize the 1990s.
So our view
so wait.
God is not composite.
So then that means okay. So here today, so you're a Sunni, yes? Do you know your Aqidah maybe?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
I know what to look up.
What's your
Hanafi if I want to.
No, that's your madhab. I'm asking your Aqidah. You know, Ashari, Maturidi, Athari, maybe we don't know.
I guess.
Okay.
No.
In order to accept my position, you need to accept divine simplicity.
Yeah.
Do you accept divine simplicity?
Yeah.
Then you're not an
What
Athari
you said
anymore.
makes sense.
Then you can't be Sunni.
But you
Sunni. So all Sunnis
each
reject divine
attribute
simplicity.
is identical to God
Allah.
himself.
Yeah.
There's no real distinction.
But hold on.
You can say that words are labels, and that's just a label.
But here's the thing. In order for you to
that's
do
just
that,
a way label to view one thing.
But the problem is,
you can only view it through a lens.
Hold on.
brother, I don't think you should be having this discussion.
In order for you to do that, let's finish it. In order for don't take him away. Whoa, don't take him away because we're just about to see something.
Hold on.
No, I was still speaking, please.
Can I please speak to him?
No, because I'm speaking to him.
All right.
Thank you. Look, in order for you to believe that position, because I have to be completely honest with you, in order for you to believe that position, you can't be Sunni. That's what he's trying to tell you. You can't be Sunni
No, that's
to believe.
not what I'm telling you.
Can you believe in divine simplicity without being a Sunni?
Hold on.
Okay.
You don't tell him what I'm telling him.
Okay,
right?
sure.
I can't tell him what I want.
Fine.
To tell him, right?
But am I lying about
Can
this?
I speak to him?
Oh, wait, I just want to ask
Can-
you
can I-
something.
I'll
Am I
answer- I'll
am I
answer you-
lying about what I said?
I'll answer you in a bit.
Am I lying about what I
I'll
said?
answer you in a bit.
In a bit.
I'll
You
answer-
want to take him away from the
No,
convo.
no, I don't want to take him away from.
So he's gonna stay after you finish, right?
if he wants.
If he wants to, because you want to convince him to leave.
No, I'm not gonna.
Be honest. You want to convince him to leave, yes?
No, I'm
Then
not
you're not gonna talk to him.
No, I'm not gonna go.
What did you want to say to him?
Bro, whether I talk to
you
him
can
or
just
don't.
say it out loud now.
Just say out now what you wanted to say.
Say now what you
He's
want
gonna
to
say, I don't think he should have this conversation because he wants to take him away from understanding truth. So you want to convince him to leave.
Neither do I.
Right.
It's okay if you don't think you.
He's correct that you shouldn't be engaged in the conversation at all, but because he has engaged, he has a right to understand
No,
truth.
he has. If he wants, he
So
can.
why do you want to convince him to leave?
No,
You did
Answer my
not-
question.
No.
No.
Yeah, you
There's
are.
no
You are
cheap
using a
tactics.
very
There's no
cheap
cheap
tactic.
tactics.
You know
Logic
why?
and
You know why? Because I'm telling him.
Answer my
Not-
question.
I am
Why do you want to
answering-
convince him to leave?
Because he's not philosophically versed.
What do you think will happen if he continues the conversation?
He's not philosophically
No,
versed.
what do
He's
you
not-
think will happen if he continues?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Is that scary for you?
What?
Is that scary
No,
that
it's
you
not
don't know what will
scary for
happen?
me. It's
That's
not
fine.
good. It's not good
So
for
then
him.
let me continue. Why is it not good for him?
You can continue.
All right, I'm gonna continue.
Go ahead.
It's all right.
Please.
Cool. So stay there, and I'm gonna continue.
If you want.
Here's what I'm gonna say
reasons
to
for
you.
being a Muslim.
Hold on. Here's what I will say.
Deeper than this.
If you believe, hold on. If you believe in divine simplicity specifically, you can't hold to those main three
What's divine
schools.
simplicity?
The thing that we just said.
So that his attributes
Look,
Are
there's
identical
no
to
real
him.
distinction between God's attributes. That he's identical to his
and the way of
attributes.
putting and the way of formulating that is
Yeah.
that
That's a
he-
trap.
You're not talking anymore.
Like, as an analogy,
trap.
like
You're
a
not
light,
talking anymore.
and your
That's a
view
trap.
That's fine.
a coloured lens.
That's a trap.
A trap for what?
That's a trap.
A trap for what? Honesty, truth.
Bro.
You don't want him to have this
I know.
conversation.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
him to have the
clarify his
convo. Let him have the
trying to
convo.
clarify
It's
his
okay. Let him have the convo. If you believe in this that I'm telling you right here, as we just agreed on, that is something that is not believed in any of those three schools in Sunnism. You can't be Sunni.
Yeah, I'm not going to say God is goodness. God is mercy, and just mercy itself. And God consists of mercy itself. That's Him.
No, those things in
Like-
relation
like
to God
that's
are
something you would
God.
say.
They're identical to God. Yes, but you don't believe
Oh, now
that.
you're the one doing the asterisks and stuff. when I
That's
say
not
it.
Asherite position. The Asherite position is
No,
that
I
they're
said
really
asterisks. Now you're
Oh,
the
asterisk.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when I qualify my
I'm
position?
literally saying your own thing.
I know,
and
I
now
repeated
now
to
you're
you.
saying, but,
no, I'm repeating to you what I actually said. You take part of what I say and then kind of say the spin on it. I'm not saying that you're changing my
It's
words.
your spin.
No, it's not my spin. It's your spin because you're just remembering what
You-
you think I said, and I'm just telling what I actually said.
You were saying that the concept of mercy itself is God.
The concept of mercy. No, the
Mercy
idea
itself is God.
The
The idea of
idea,
God.
the
Mercy
idea,
itself is
no, the
God.
idea of mercy in itself is something that has come down to us. But mercy in itself,
Mercy in itself
in
is
relation
the whole
to
of
God,
God. No
is the whole
relation.
of God. Yes. Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
mercy
so no
itself is
relation
identical to God.
Except identity.
Yeah, that's
Yes, but
fine.
If you deny
But
that,
if you
then
deny
there's
that, you can't be.
composition in
If
God.
you deny
believe
that,
he
then
has
you have the
part.
whole composition that you just conceded to. But if you accept that, you can't be Sunni.
But they accept composition, so chat to them. I'm tapping out now.
You're tapping out. It's all right. Have a nice day.
Alright.
Thanks for tapping out,
I
man.
chat to them though, chat to them.
That's to them though. He backed away immediately.
Chat to them about historical
He
stuff.
he backed away immediately.
Because that's within Muslims. That's Ash'ari, Maturidi, Jahmid.
Yeah.
Muslims debate.
No,
that.
okay,
That's the
okay. Which view in
about the very things you-
the Sunni schools of
Look,
thought,
he
which
asked me-
one can accept divine simplicity?
Look, he said something good. Does the God of the Bible not have mercy? Does the God of the Bible not have a wrath and
So
jealousy?
these are things predicated of God, yes.
Yeah.
But in relation to God, they're identical.
Yeah. God is mercy.
God is mercy itself.
God is
and so
love.
God is jealousy.
Because mercy is love.
So God is jealousy.
We don't understand jealousy in that way. If you ask me my definition of jealousy in relation to God, I'll tell you.
Tell me, yeah.
Right, good. So
The jealousy we think of.
it's not the jealousy we think of in any sense.
Some say it's a mistranslation anyway.
Yeah.
It means that he just does it. He's zealous. He's overzealous.
Yeah,
That's
which
why-
which is just justice, which is literally just
He just
justice,
doesn't want you to follow after idols.
which is justice, which is not jealousy. We don't say God has wrath. Yeah, we say God has justice because there is a belief in Christianity known as there's a simply by His justice. Now, this is very important. Now, in English translations, we will translate that as wrath to have the emotional story connecting with the reader. But God doesn't actually in Himself have anger. This is very important. When we say that God has wrath, that is simply just meaning that God has justice. Wrath isn't actually a thing in God. There is a Christian belief known as.
Christians disagree with you.
Because look, in the Bible it says God has an
The same-
abounding of mercy. He has a lot of mercy.
Yeah.
So that's not an infinite amount of mercy.
But
He says he
that's
has a lot
hold on,
of
hold
mercy,
on.
it's finite.
That's not a superfluous. Hold on, that's known as superfluous language. in a sentence, you have to have predicates and then you have subjects. For example, I have strength.
So what does that
Now-
mean if God is abounding in mercy?
In the Bible, it says God
You're
is
talking
not
about,
God of
hold on.
confusion. So why
But
would
you're
you
talking,
use
hold
that
on.
to confuse people?
When did I ever reference the Quran specifically when I was talking with your conception? I allowed you to define what you meant by your own terms, yes? You have to let me do the same. The way that we read the Bible is important. You're not just talking about the words on the page. Oh, sorry. The words on the page is not what's important. It's how those words on the page are understood. When we say that God has love, it's actually that He is love. We understand it in that sense. There's a belief.
But that's your opinion then.
There's a belief. It's not just my opinion.
It's all Christians.
It is the opinion.
Doctors of the church
It is the
say,
belief of the doctors of the church that in the essence of God, these things are not distinct. In the essence of God. Now, yes, sir. Now, with that being gone,
Or like prison.
I did.
Okay,
That's my first
so,
topic.
So you said
I've got one question for you.
Okay, we got like so
it's
much stuff.
So you said it's
You know?
kind of similar to
Yeah.
viewing through a prison. So let's say God is.
Give me a
for,
second. I need to spit my gum. Hold on. Give me a second. Don't film me. Don't film me. I'm spitting out my gum. Don't film me. Okay. Some of us need to keep our breath smelling fresh because of the thing under the mask. You know what I'm saying? My breath stinks. What?
Why are you asking anyway?
But with the
Everyone's
thing,
done.
but with the thing being said, I was trying to say.
Let me finish. So
I'm trying to get this
So let's say
doctrine
God's
thing.
love. That's like view one part on. Or
It's
viewing
identical
through a
to-
prism. Whatever your
Yeah.
conception of the prism analogy is.
Yeah.
Can we say it's like a color? A color.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So your claim is.
But
God
redness
is
isn't
purple.
in
Yeah,
whiteness.
it represents a
God
virtual
is
distinction,
purple.
But his
not a real one.
it represents something known as a virtual distinction. So
If we're
redness.
taking the analogy
If
there,
we
you're
take the
saying God's
analogy,
mercy
I'm trying to take the
is
analogy
the same
with
as saying
you.
God is purple
This
itself,
is the issue.
not the light itself.
What? No. So
It's your prism analogy.
here's the thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the prism analogy. You gotta let me finish.
Okay, yeah, let's hear
Because
that.
you tried to ask a question, then you tried to ask, then you tried to ask a question, and he's still here, which is great. Now here's my issue. When you say the prism analogy again with the white light, is purpleness inside the light?
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not.
It's a wavelength.
No, it's just white light. There's no
White-
different wavelengths in the white light. When you
I
when you
don't know the
separate,
science.
yeah.
I thought I knew it.
For example,
Too deep for me. Wavelengths.
no. This is basic. This is
No,
Jesus.
It's packets of
This is
photons or something.
this is
It
GCSE
in packets.
science. This is GCSE science,
Yeah,
right?
it's
GCSE
packets of
physics.
photons or something.
The way that what happens is
we're
light
getting
has
into
hold
that
on.
analogy.
Light has one frequency. All right, white light has one frequency. When you take a color filter, you change the frequency of the light.
Okay.
But that's because the white light has the ability to change its frequency.
Okay.
So with God, because God is absolutely simple in its essence.
Yeah, innit? The physics is waffle.
You're saying that's untrue. Why is it untrue? Why is it untrue?
Double slit experiment, everything.
Why is it untrue?
Because white light doesn't have.
Why is it untrue?
Because white light
Doesn't
on
have
its own
one
doesn't have the
wavelength.
ability to change
It's
the wavelength.
It's
What?
a composite.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Wait. When you take, hold on.
Doesn't have the ability.
Because I'm talking with him now. No, listen.
Yeah.
It's not white.
So
one
white
light.
light,
Contain the light for all colours.
no, it contains the ability to understand all colors. Yes. It doesn't actually have all colors in it. No.
Say that
Here's the
all
issue.
White light is a combination of
All colors in the color spectrum. You're literally going on AM and H, bro. You're just going on AM and H to do this.
Hold on.
You can go. Look.
Yeah,
Hold on.
You just said something, right? White light has the ability to change its wavelength.
Yes.
What's the wavelength of
How?
light in hertz?
By color
There is no-
filters.
So you're telling me
By
there's
its
a white
interaction.
light that just chooses.
Hold
to
on.
Be, to
By
be
its, no.
purple.
It's
It
by
doesn't
the.
happen like that.
Do you want me to answer your question? Do you want me to answer your question?
Let's
So,
accept your physics.
hold on.
Physics and carry
In
on.
order to no, it's not accepting my physics. But here's it. So you just want to AM and H, right? Now, could you pull up some scientific sources where it talks about light frequency? Because
Bro,
light.
pull up.
Hold on. Light is a.
Pull up
Hold on.
CGP.
No. Light is a wave.
Science learning hub.
No, bro. Get an actual scholar, like an actual peer-reviewed trial, right? Now here's the thing.
Pull up Richard Feynman.
Yes.
Heisenberg.
I'm not appealing to authority. I'm appealing to
Well,
how
it
the
seems like
scientific.
you are.
I'm appealing to how the scientific process works.
What's the
What is
wavelength
it?
of light in hertz?
What in
Why
hertz?
is light
I don't know
one
the
wavelength?
I don't know the
It's a
exact
composite.
wavelength of light. No, it's a wave and a particle. We understand, but the issue is this: what light itself can be understood as a wave. Correct? It travels in waves.
I took your physics. They kind of.
I know. When
The
you
physics
take
is wrong, but
when
let's
you
take
take a color filter, what happens to the light?
Okay.
Let's say it changes wavelength.
No, it goes through the color filter.
Okay.
Color filter,
A
not on
color
its own.
filter, right?
Yeah.
It changes
So a
through the
different
color
agent.
filter.
Depending on the filter.
So an agent that changes.
So the
color
thing
is
that
wavelength.
happens with when we understand God,
The
when
agent
God,
could be your perception.
the agent is going to be the prism of creation itself, multiplicity itself. So when God interacts with the world, there are these multiplex
Okay.
things that we
So-
understand
so-
about
so-
Him,
so
which is
what
what
you
you were
saying-
trying to say. It's not that there's literally this thing inside known as purple and this literally thing inside known as red, and they're just kind of part of Him. No, we're saying that when it passes through a certain prism, it can be understood in this way. I'll give you an
Through
example.
a certain prism is different from when it passes through a different prism.
Yeah. So when you have, for
And
example,
so when it passes through one prism,
it can be understood in one way. Yes. Now
so
I'm
it can be understood as purple or red.
or red.
Depending
Yes.
on the prism.
Depending on the prism.
So
Now,
why would you say the white light is purple?
what? I never said the white light is purple. I said in relation
Because
to
I'm
the
taking
light.
your analogy.
Yeah, in relation to the white light itself, there isn't going to be a distinction
So in
between
relation
white
to
and
God,
red.
God is love.
There's no distinction between love and justice, for
real
example.
distinction.
There's no distinction
There's no
between them
distinction between
in God.
purple
What we're saying,
and white.
okay, what we're saying.
So
is there's
in
a
the
virtual
white,
distinction
hold on, in the
your
white, you can understand white light as a combination of all those wavelengths. However, in the white light itself, there's no distinction between
I'm
the
just trying to
red
understand your
wavelength
analogy.
and then the purple wavelength. Now, I'm trying to give you an analogy from the Bible so you can understand what I'm saying.
I know.
So, when the Jews, when the Jews got cut off from salvation,
Okay, you can say they're the same in nature. I'm granting that.
When the- when
let's
the
say even at the
Jews-
surface level, just words, we see it as different. That's why we put the
Now,
word
this is-
purple and the word red.
that's fine.
If the metaphor breaks down, his point's still not disproven. Is the metaphor breaking down, or is it
No,
stable?
it's
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
Now,
it is metaphor,
here's
so
the
like,
thing.
we can stick
This
to
is
what
the
we
issue.
did.
Hold on.
I'm Christian. I'm on their side. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I feel like they don't understand.
Well, using
What are you saying, man?
Wait, is that? It's Sai! It's Sai! Oh my days, Sai!
I've been trying to see because you man will talk about physics.
Yeah. Sorry, as I was saying before.
You might need to dumb it down, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Lenses
try.
to view God.
Can I ask you a question?
It's like, we're trying to
gonna
argue is, does God have love?
Or is he love?
love?
Yeah.
And we're using lenses.
He is love.
He is love,
We're
right?
using lenses.
Now,
God is
let's
love.
look at the definition of justice, for example. It's just love applied differently. So love and justice in God are the same. The same way with happiness in God or satisfaction. Satisfaction is willing the good for someone else. Sorry, love is willing the good for someone else. Satisfaction is appealing for the good. It's wanting that good. So they're the same again. All these different things in God are going to be ultimately love, which is God. Now, what I want to say to you is that we can understand these different aspects of God when revealed into creation. For example, when in the book of, when we already went from the argument, when we in the book of Romans, you have Paul talking about God cutting off the Jews from salvation. So you believe Jesus is the Messiah, right? When the Jews saw the Messiah, what did they do? Did they accept him? They rejected him, right? Now that rejection, we describe that as cutting them off. Okay? In that one action of cutting them off, there are two things we can notice in God: God's mercy and kindness, and God's severity. Not his wrath, his severity. We don't believe God.
Which you could say is like.
We don't say it's wrath, right? God
So
is.
what? Why are you splitting
We
up then?
believe because we believe that God is impassible, right? Eastern Orthodox believe this as well as Roman Catholics. Like all of
Well,
them
can
believe
you
that God
say
is
his
impassible.
severity is his love?
His
And you
sever-
can, yeah, because like tough love. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the issue is these are two different things about God that we are understanding by the one action of God's existence. That's because of the simplicity. Okay, so
You
you're
can even see that in a
understanding my
human level, like tough love.
view. Yeah, exactly. But my issue is this, right? The reason why we use the light analogy is only insofar as we can conceive of light in itself. The conception of light in itself does not hold red or purple until it passes through a certain color filter. Now, scientifically,
Only Moses saw the light itself.
you'll have different, I believe it's different wavelengths of the light being understood, right? But I don't think there are papers that talk about red light as a wavelength inside white light itself.
That's the science, but we'll take your
Are you
science.
sure?
Yeah, that is the science.
Could you give me
That's
like
the
a research
GCSE.
paper? Could you give me a research paper?
Bring out CGP.
Wait, so you're saying wait, what?
He's saying red
Because
light
you
as a
won't find
wavelength
one-
is
There,
part of white light.
Look, there is no one
No,
wavelength
hold on.
of white light.
No,
White light
no,
is
no, no, no,
composite.
no.
That's the science.
Wait, are you talking about?
Information for every colour is entailed within the white light, because that's true.
That's true. We agree with that.
We're just talking about
You're not-
science.
you're not saying it
We're
like
talking about
that.
textbook science.
Yeah, but textbook science
Saying
also
there's
says
one wavelength of white light.
yeah, because white travels as one wave, and then when you have a color filter, it separates into different things.
White light travels in a wave.
Yeah.
Why do we want to know what it
And
is in
then it
hertz?
splits into different colours.
Why do we need to know what
Ends
colours
in
in
a
Red
hertz?
has a, like,
Yeah.
40
The
hertz.
prism is what gives
Each
it light
color
its
has a
colours.
hertz. White light doesn't. It's a composite.
No. There's no,
Yes,
there's
the
no
science.
colours. There's no
Yeah,
colours.
that's what we're saying. It's fine. It's not an issue. It's not an issue.
How is this getting back? How does
I
this
don't know.
disprove
When
what
it's-
colours-
It doesn't.
Well, I don't know.
Because
We
what
don't-
he
we
was
don't
trying
have
to
to
do,
talk
what he
about
was trying to do was he wanted to move away from talking about Islam and his conception to our God, to our conception. Yeah. Because we did the whole thing about being composite.
I ain't spoken to you yet. John, very nice to meet you, brother.
John, my name
What's
is
your
SiiiG.
brother?
Thomas, nice
Thomas,
to
very
meet
nice
This
to
is
meet you.
Thomas.
Your
This
name?
is
I've seen you before.
his name is Sai, bro.
John, very nice to meet you, brother.
JC, you wanna wrap up? Wanna wrap up, JC?
Yeah, of course, brother.
Yeah. You wanna wrap up? Okay. Hey, listen, I might not be back again. Why? I might not be back again. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna do other things. You get? But with that being said, we had some discussions as to why Allah can be understood as metaphysically composite. We then talked about divine simplicity in some bit. Oh yeah, by the way, this guy was a very nice guy. Conversation, man. It was alright, man.
This Sunni Muslim.
Yeah.
This Sunni Muslim.
Yeah, they're Sunni. Now again, we will talk about these conceptions of God. Go and look at divine simplicity. Again, one thing that all Christians can accept is that God's essence is absolutely simple. I understand that there are many Eastern Orthodox people that watch the content I never knew until now, and they have something as the essence energy distinction. One day I will do a thing on it. Not now. Don't ever do that to me again. You know what I'm saying? As a classical theist, I have my thing. But the Eastern Orthodox also accept that God's essence is absolutely simple, and in God there aren't these distinctions in His essence. Thank you for watching the content, and see ya. Hey. Yeah.